Welcome to Jan's Views, a place where I share my views and listen to yours. Whether you are here for my artwork, live streams, shorts, or just for the giggles, please be assured I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope that you will enjoy your time here on my channel. I would be eternally grateful if you would give a like to the video, consider subscribing and, dare I ask, even become a member. So without further ado, let's do this.
Good evening and a massive Good Friday best wishes to you all. I hope you're all well. Guess who didn't realise it was Good Friday until yesterday? Yeah. Do you know, sometimes I worry about myself. I really worry about myself. I actually did not realise it. And normally, I don't know, normally the kids tell me, but anyway, I didn't realise. So today I was out and about, grabbing the eggs, grabbing all the things that I needed to get. So I'm looking forward to, I'm glad you didn't either. I'm glad you didn't either, Bridget. Honestly, I felt awful. So let me say hi to Edna's in the house and Barley. Barley celebrates it 2 times, Orthodox and Christian. Oh, me and my nan would celebrate Easter each month. What? Easter month, May this year. But me, do you know what? It's early this year, guys. That's why I'm confused. It's early. My daughter, one of my daughter's birthdays is April 12th. And that's normally when, you know, Easter's around. That's when I start thinking, oh, it's Easter around. Do you know what? Anyone would think I never went to the shops. I do go to the shops, guys. And I've noticed the eggs. But the thing is, the shops, you know, everything is so commercialized. The eggs come out like on Boxing Day. Do you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't really paying any attention to the fact that it was creeping up. So anyway, yeah, that's what's happened to me. Anyone want to come up and join in? They're perfectly welcome to. Let's just copy that and paste it into there. We're going to start with something a bit different this week before we go on to, you know, the The drama on YouTube. There are other platforms other than YouTube. I know it's hard to believe, but there are. And I'm not. The thing is, although I am on these other platforms, I don't really pay much attention to anything other than what they put out, if you see what I mean. I don't sort of go looking for drama or anything like that. So yeah, but there is drama on other platforms. Isn't that right, Edna? Hello, my
And
darling.
that's right. Hello. Hi. So I definitely didn't realize it was Good Friday as well. It snuck up on me. It's like starting to really get busy at work. So I'm trying to like carve out time. I also went to go pick up like the weekly shop for groceries this morning. So yeah.
Are you? What do you normally do as far as Easter's concerned? Do you get together with family, or do you just stuff yourself full of eggs? What happens?
I don't like eggs. So Easter's in the middle of tax season, so I'm usually like sometimes I would actually work. Like people get their taxes done on Easter, so we would be open. So I remember one year I did that. But usually, just hang out with friends and family, just
Yeah.
having a good meal
Well, do you know what? I didn't even realise the kids were off school. Normally, I
for
know when they're
Easter.
off. Yeah, they normally have like a week or 2 weeks off at Easter.
Oh, the
Um,
spring break, right?
yeah, yeah. So I didn't even realise that. So yeah, that's how disassociated I am at the moment. I've just got so much going on. It's just
Yeah, I don't think
ridiculous.
it's Yeah, I don't think it's always disassociation, but it's like I'm not in school. I don't have any school age children. I'm not taking, I'm just working. So
Yeah, I
yeah, I'm
think
not
that's
thinking
it. When
about
you're a
trips.
mum of
Hmm.
small kids, you know all the holidays. But I think as the kids get older and even college, um, they sort of you just know when the holidays are. Um, that's the only reason why Bridge is here today. Classes start on Monday for me. We have a bank
Nice.
holiday on Monday, which is another break. Um, so yeah. So my daughter phoned and said, "Oh, do you fancy doing this? And do you fancy doing that?" So I said, "Yeah, yeah, yay." So I'm going to be with her and the kids,
Nice.
on over the weekend, and I'm out with my son tomorrow and his girlfriend. So I had to rush and get them some eggs today. I had to. So yeah. So
How
that's
do you
me.
use the eggs? You dye them?
No, we just eat them. They're made of chocolate and we eat them. Uh,
Oh, okay.
Although I am arty-farty, I've never really painted eggs. I don't think I have. Maybe when my kids were young, maybe I did. But no, we just go and buy the chocolate eggs and eat them. And
Oh no. Yeah, well, Easter used to be like one of my favorite holidays as a kid. So we, cause like my family's kind of religious, so we would really celebrate at church and stuff. So there was always like a Easter egg hunt, or we were dyeing eggs, or maybe just get baskets when we got older. But yeah, Easter, like I love Easter.
yeah, I like all the things that are in the shops, all the Easter bunnies and things like that. But luckily, my grandkids are sort of getting a bit too old until the next batch of grandkids arrive. They're sort of getting a bit old and they're not really bothered about Easter eggs. So that's quite a blessing. You won't believe how many Easter eggs I have to buy. It's just ridiculous. Bridget, are you coming up? Click on the link if you want to come up, sweetie. Anyway,
Yes,
so
yes, please, if you like it.
yeah, we like Bridge up here, don't we? At least I feel as if I've got somebody
Absolutely.
on my side then. Do you know what I mean? When Bridge comes up.
Well, when you let me talk, let people tell it. I can barely speak up here.
Oh, really? Is that what they
Hmm.
say?
I'm fighting for my life to get my words out.
Is that true?
No.
Well, you're going to have to fight even more now because Bridge is up. Hi, darling. How are you?
Hello. Good, good. I'm
Hey,
good.
Bridge.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
So we're going to start with something different this week, and I hope you guys know, and I'm glad Bridget's come up because hopefully she knows this person. Okay.
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. Right. Okay. Now, I used to follow this guy. Well, I think I still am following him on TikTok, I think. Now, what he used to do was actually, react angrily to things. That's why he's called Angry Reactions. Okay. But as you can see here, um, he's quit his TikTok after domestic violence case is dismissed. Now, this guy, I'm going to show you, all right, I'm going to show you the type of thing that he did and why I really liked him. Anyway, so let's add him. Right, all right. Now, so I'm going to play this. Hopefully you'll be able to hear it. And you'll see his whole MO was that he was angry, and you won't believe how many followers he had on TikTok. You will not believe it, guys. 27 million on
So
TikTok.
I'm thinking he's going to come back eventually. If he had that many followers.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know because Jenna Marbles did.
Oh,
She
yeah.
quit and she
Yeah.
still hasn't been back. And everybody's
Yeah.
like, Jenna, where are you? We need
That's
our old
true.
30-year-old woman.
I know, it's insane, isn't it? That, these
It is.
parasocial relationships that people get into. I just don't understand it. But anyway, so let me play a bit of him and then hopefully you'll understand more about him. All right, let's go. So let's turn off that. All right, when you're ready. When you're ready.
So just for you, I'm super excited to see what you think about it. Are you okay? Do you not like that I started with green? I mean, you always start with green. Is everything all right?
He's a very talented actor, this guy. Artist, rather.
I mean, I went out of my way. I made this video for you. Watch, I paint matched your skin perfect. Look at that, that's perfect. And you're not gonna say anything? You don't like it? Come on, man. Angry reactions.
That's what he was known for doing. He was known for doing that gorgeous. I mean, and he then started doing it to, to lots of different people. You'd get people come on who had mental health issues, and he was like really sweet to them. Like he'd sit there with that face, and then all of a sudden he'd scream "gorgeous" like that. I mean, that's what he did, and that's why I really liked him. So let me see if I can find another one of him. I'm disappointed that you guys haven't. Let's see if I can find something else on him.
I've come across him, but I'm not really familiar with his work. I don't know. It's not really my cup of tea, I don't think.
Okay. Right. Let's have a look at this one. Hang on one sec. Right. Okay. Oh no, that's not the right one. That's not the right one. It is
I
really
love this
hard.
scene that you created, Jan. It's beautiful. Like
Do
you were on the
you?
clipboard. It's so cute. Yeah, I love it.
Thank you. It keeps me off the streets. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
It keeps you
yeah.
busy.
Like, Jan's great, being creative, so she's not going out bashing people up or anything like that.
I'd be happy to hear.
I'm being a good girl. Right, hang on one sec. Right, let's stop there. Stop there. All right. Right, let's get this up. I think I may have to change this over. Why did that not go up on the screen? Add to stage. Okay, here we go. Here's
Shopify's
another
new
one.
AI tools. Banish right.
Look at that face. Look.
Aww.
We used to get so many talented people doing it. It was amazing. Let's see if I can find any more while I'm on here. Before I move on to the other video. Oh, this is a different one. All right, let's see what this is.
How long has it been since he quit?
Sorry?
How long has it been since he quit? Like, has he been
Well,
gone for a while?
it's recent because I found, I tell you, I thought, what made me think of him? I don't know. And I thought, I must have seen something. And I thought, oh, I'll check him out, see how he's doing on TikTok. And I could not believe what I was reading. When I saw all this come up about, you know, he was taken to court, he was arrested for domestic violence. And although the case was dismissed, he's now, you know, come off of his social media. And I was like, oh my God. And I checked his TikTok and it's true. It's all gone. It's like the videos up there. And I was like, he got a lot of sponsors and everything. So yeah, I don't know. It's funny, isn't it? When you sort of, you just can't believe that something could happen. Like, I mean, is he an abuser? I don't know. But I just thought, oh my God, fancy throwing all that away, if he did throw it away or if it was taken away. I don't know.
He probably like lost all his sponsorships though.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know any of the facts, but allegations don't just come out of thin air usually.
It was his girlfriend. He's got a girlfriend. I presume she's his ex now, and they've got a child together. So I think it was okay. Let's see this one. Yeah, so they've got a child together, and she was putting up videos on TikTok of how he was abusing her. So yeah, I mean, you could say where there's no smoke without fire, but yeah.
Right. And you know what? I mean, it kind of begs the question, like, should we platform people like this? Like, I understand on one hand he's doing a good thing showcasing the artist, but could we have somebody who isn't an abuser do that?
Well, I think, it's the same old story, isn't it? Who do you believe? Who do you believe? Do you believe everything that you read or that you see? I mean, I just
was videos, right?
I was kind of hoping that you guys may have heard of him, or if you haven't, hopefully that people in the chat may have heard of him and know who I'm talking about, because he was huge on TikTok.
Okay.
I think too, it also comes down to like I don't know, separating the artist from the art from the artist.
Right.
Because like there's been
I'm kind of tired of that though.
But I mean, like there's been so many like for celebrities, so many celebrities like, oh my God, I love them, and then you find out what they've done, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't. Like I want to watch their shows and I want to watch their movies because I love them so much.
But it's tainted.
They're back. Yeah, exactly.
And I'm old now because when R. Kelly happened, I was still stepping in the name of love. You know what I mean? But at this point, I can't. It disgusts
Mm.
me, and I'm sick of hearing, the abuse of power. And I would commend him for, taking it upon himself to take this time as a break to reflect on his life and his actions and correct. And like, I'm not saying that he, needs to be gone forever. Like, I don't ever want to see his face again. But if he's out here wilding like that to the point that she can put videos up to bring upon charges and everything, yeah, I think maybe he needs to not be on social media.
Yeah. I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you. So let's have a look at how I found out what was happening. Right. Okay. Right. Hang on a second. Shush, shush, shush. Not ready for you. Right. Okay. I may have to. Oh no, it's fine. All right. Let's get into
Go to
it.
motionarray.com.
This angry reaction situation isn't over.
She's showing bruises of me defending myself from her, and she making the internet think that.
Now, before I even start, everything I say is alleged and from their point of view. But for you guys who don't know, popular TikToker known as Angry Reactions was arrested for alleged domestic violence last month. Well, the charges got dropped, and Angry Reactions said that he was moving on from the situation, and he also said he was done with TikTok. At that point, many people thought that the situation was over until last night when all hell broke loose, starting with Angry Reactions going on live and saying this.
We have a son together. We have a son. And what's crazy is you're in the apartment that I'm paying for right now.
Why you putting
You're
your
in an
hands on?
apartment that I'm paying for right now.
Sorry, did you say something, Edna?
Yes. Why is he putting his hands on her? I'm sorry, you're a grown man, and you're like, sorry, go ahead.
He said he was defending himself. So
absolutely not. As a grown man, you need to know how to defend yourself before it gets physical. Pew pew. Hey,
we don't. Hey Tasha, we don't know if he maybe grabbed her and maybe caused bruises. I don't know.
As a black man with a white woman, I guess he's finding out, huh?
Yeah. It reminds me of that situation with Jonathan Majors and his girlfriend. Mm-hmm.
Well, he's got his Coretta now.
It's interesting to hear what you say. It's interesting to hear what you say and, where your thoughts go to, because my thoughts sort of go differently. But I guess it's like I always need to know the truth. I think that's the issue with me. And I'm well aware that people lie, and I'm not saying that she's lying. And I'm not saying that he's lying, but I think I like to see the whole story.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I want to know exactly what happened.
Yeah. Okay, let's carry on.
You have to see me. You're doing all of this internet stuff. You're talking about getting a restraining order on me. All of this started today because I was trying to talk some sense to you. I never got loud. I never got aggressive. I never got none of that today. You did. You did. All of this started because I was trying to talk to you. You have to see me. You're doing all of this.
The only, excuse me, the only red flag I get from that is when he says, I was trying to talk to you, instead of saying, we were having a conversation. That's the only sort of red flag I'm getting there.
For the internet, but when you see me in real life, Sierra, it's only me and you, and we both know what it is. So what you gonna say to me then? What you gonna say to me? We both know what. I don't care about none of this internet stuff. We both know what actually goes on behind closed doors.
I think I can't help but think if it's true that he hasn't laid a finger on her, I can understand his anger here. You know, I can understand him pleading with her and, you know, pleading for his livelihood, really. I can understand that.
But at the
He's
same
out.
time, how he's coming across, he's yelling and he's only in front of a camera.
Okay.
You
And
know,
the man is angry. He acts. He looks angry. That's his thing. You want me to believe that you was talking to her in a nice? You're not even talking to me now in a nice calm, sir. I'm scared.
Yeah, your girls are right. Okay.
So you're doing all of this like you never have to see me again. What are you gonna say to me when you see me again?
That sounds like
You gonna say you sorry? You gonna say?
Does it? You think that sounds like a threat, Edna?
In this tone, talking about, you know, you talking
gonna do?
basically, it's like you're talking all this big talk over the internet. But what are you gonna do when we're face to face?
See, I just
This
see
man sounds like a problem.
it's weird, isn't it? Because I just see somebody sort of really upset and
yeah, I can understand his passion. I can understand him in being upset, but at the same time, he has to realize that he's a big black man and he is yelling on the internet. Like, so you got to carry yourself in a certain way to the public if you are pleading for your career and everything like that.
Not to mention, he's not denying touching her. He already said he put his hands on her.
yeah, but he said it was in sort of self-defense or something, I think he said.
But that's not really realistic when you're so much bigger and more powerful than someone.
Yeah, I get that.
You know what I mean? If a little 3-year-old comes kicking me, I can't say, oh, I kicked him back for self-defense.
No, that's true.
At the grocery store, I was like, this little kid, he was like, wow at me.
Yeah. So you picked him up and threw him out the shop.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay.
You was mad. You're gonna say you was emotional. You're gonna say you shouldn't have did it. You're gonna say you wish you could have took it back like you always say. Okay, brother. Okay.
That bit there where he said, you know, you're going to take it all back like you always do. So it sounds like this has happened before.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't the first time or the first time that she's run to her, you know, TikTok account and, you know, slagged him. Which again is a worrying thing. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Now, once that clip started to make its rounds throughout TikTok and going viral, Sierra, his significant other, made several videos, and I want to say go check out her page for 100% context, because some of the things she was in and showing, I don't even know if you can do that on TikTok without getting your account eventually banned. But she states that she dropped the charges, that he's lying, that he has been putting his hands on her, that she has put her hands on him, but only after he screamed in her face and she wanted to get away. She could.
Yeah, I mean, no man should ever lay their hands on their woman or any woman. I mean, no, there's no excuse for that.
I'm at the point now, if you raise your voice at me, I'm the love of your life. What are you yelling at me for?
Yeah.
You better calm your tone.
I agree.
He used to say that he put his hands on her while she was pregnant, that he has put his hands around her neck, attempting to choke her, and that he has destroyed some of her property.
Oh my God, I hadn't seen that. Look at the bruising.
Yeah, I see.
Oh, that's horrendous.
No offense, Jan, but I mean, it like what he's saying. I'm not saying that he probably like maybe he just grabbed her up and was like, "Let me, you know, stop hitting me or whatever." But the thing is, it shouldn't even get to that point.
No.
Let me tell you. So personal about myself. It was way back in the day. I had a boyfriend. He would get physical, and like I said, he got physical. The first my sorority sister saw me, and one of them worked in like with police or whatever. The first thing she did was roll up my sleeves on my arms, because she knew his bruises were going to be there.
Yeah.
So, God.
I had a friend in a situation, and I was like, "Listen, what's going on here?" Because we were
Mm-hmm.
all friends, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's evidence enough, really, because I mean, I've never. Oh my
Because if
God!
you're gonna
If
say
I,
that
if I
she's created these bruises, you know what I mean, that would be a different story. But he's not denying that he
Mm-hmm.
inflicted these bruises, right?
mm-hmm. Oh God.
She also posted pictures of bruises on her body, property getting destroyed, and more. Now, when those videos and pictures went viral, angry reactions, he just had a breakdown. Check it out.
Putting her hands on me. I've never called the police on her. She's showing bruises of me defending myself from her.
Oh,
He
so
is out of control.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I guess I hate to say it. I guess I like to see some good in everybody, and I like to. I always like to believe. You know, as I said, I just like to see all the facts, but it's not looking good for him, is it?
Not at all. Because like he is out of control. So if you're out of control, just like right now, what he's doing, what were you doing to her when y'all were together?
Oh my God. That's really scary, isn't it? Really scary.
And she making the internet think that. Bro.
Also, what I don't understand is if he's that upset, why put it on the platform?
Exactly.
Go and holler somewhere else, you know. Don't holler online. I don't understand that.
He doesn't have a friend or someone to talk to.
He was on the phone with a friend. You saw the phone was right there.
Oh, was he?
Wow.
Yeah.
How could you be somebody's? Oh, I'm sorry.
Why is he filming that then? God, that's insane.
You know this, bro. You know this, bro. You know how you raised me, bro. You know how you raised me, bro. And I just got through all of this drama. And she was on my side. She's sitting there telling everybody, "Oh, I could have sent you to jail if I pressed charges." And brother.
Oh yeah.
That's sad.
That why? I just don't understand that.
You're with somebody who would say that to you as a black man? A white woman saying, I had the power to put you in jail and I didn't? Have some self-respect. I don't that's I'm sorry. I'm like speechless. I'm like, that is so sad.
That's awful.
Yeah.
So what? Hang on a minute. I missed that. So he's just said that she's said to him that I can put you in jail for what you've done.
Go ahead and roll it back a couple of seconds.
But what has that got to do with race? Because if he was hitting her, then he would go to jail whatever color he was, right? So what has that got to do with race?
I think the race complicates it because of the dynamic of him being black man. And especially with a white woman. So you have the demonization of a black man plus like the angelic, I don't know, Bridget, help me out with a word, whatever you would call the, putting a white woman on a pedestal. You know how it's like you protect like white fragility and femininity and all of that.
God, does that still stand in America? Because that's
absolutely.
Like I said, it like I was saying, this reminds me of the Jonathan Majors thing, and they had like video because he's a black man, he's a black actor, and he had a white girlfriend, and they had literal video of him running, getting away from her, but he was the one going to court on charges of domestic abuse.
Do you know
Oh
what the
my
result of that case was or
God.
is?
He was found guilty of some misdemeanors.
Okay.
Yeah, but he basically his career is basically over though.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. All right. So I've gone back a little bit. All right.
Okay.
Brother, I just want you to, you know, Ed, you know, I'm not this type of, you know this. You know this, bro. Everybody coming at me again, bro.
I think that bit there is that they came for him before, I think, when it first came out, and then it all sort of smoothed over because the case was dismissed. But she's now come back with some more or something like that. I think that's what he's saying. But the fact that he's recording it all, it just seems. Why does he think he's going to get? Does he think he's going to get sympathy? I mean, why? I
It
just
might be
don't.
that this is just what he knows as a TikTok star. This is what he does. He records himself and put it on the internet. So, even in this situation, that's what's familiar to him. So that's what he goes to.
Insane.
It is.
Bro, yeah, bro. I'm so mad right now, bro. I'm so mad right now, bro. I'm so mad, bro.
Now, as
Not mad enough to get off the phone or get off the camera, though. I mean, can you imagine, girls, if all of a sudden I go live? Because sometimes, if I've got a bee in my bonnet, I'll go live. Can you imagine if you saw me acting like this, like that? Do you know what I mean? You'd be like, oh my God.
You know what, Jan? I think it would be funny. I think because you've done it, right? With your mama. Your mama's a great example with his emergency streams. He gets riled up. He's like, emergency. We getting, but he's talking about other people. It's not personal. It's fun, right? This is his real life.
Yeah.
This is his drama, right? So it's too personal. It's too raw. This should not be something that's unfiltered.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think it's something that shouldn't be shared, because I don't see any benefits there for him. I just think it's sad. Of course it's sad to hear somebody that broken up, and you can't help but think, oh, well, maybe it's her, maybe she is telling porkies, but as she's shown her bruising, I'm sorry, but no, he's guilty. Sorry.
I think she might be creating a narrative around the situation that benefits her, playing into the history of race relations and everything. Because do I believe that he's 100% at fault? No, but I do think that he's not looking at this situation from the social aspect of it. It's like I mean, I don't see why not. It's like I thought it's a known thing.
Well, I wouldn't. Do you know what? That didn't even cross my mind. When I saw that he was with a white girl, it didn't even cross my mind.
But there's a lot of younger people that don't think about it. And I thought maybe it was just I don't know what I thought. But I see now him being so emotional. I mean, it's hard to believe because of how I grew up with just learning about civil rights and things that someone wouldn't know. But apparently, he doesn't. Do you know how old he is?
He's only 25. I thought he was older than that.
Wow. That's I'm 36 and my parents and my mentors and everything were older. So maybe this generation really just doesn't have that connection.
Yeah. And strangely, I don't have that connection, but maybe that's because I'm British.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. Well, you have a different racial makeup, Jan. So I think you might have had a different experience when it comes to to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just I hadn't even, considered that maybe years ago, way back in the day, like when you get like the white woman of the house has an affair with a black slave, then yeah, I can understand the concept there and how, it was just so wrong. Obviously, it's so wrong, but I just didn't think that in 2024 that thought would even enter people's
Oh, yeah.
minds. But obviously,
yeah.
it does.
I mean, you're just saying this sends chills down my spine. 2024, but here we are.
Awful. So, hi to Lane. Nice to see you. Do you remember the recent story where the white girlfriend killed the black boyfriend? I do. And Bridge says that she does as well. The one there's footage of them by the lift,
Yep.
and she's just attacking him for no reason. And I mean, he doesn't lay a hand on her, but she is attacking him. And he's trying to sort of, calm her down. That was such a sad story. Awful. I don't know what happened in the end. She got done though, didn't she? Didn't she get put away for murder though?
I think she may have, but I know it was a long time that she was just out on probation. Like she was living her life.
Oh my
And people
God.
were like upset about it.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey, hussy.
Hi, Hussy. How are you? How are you? How's your day been? That's an
Glad you're
appropriate
enjoying.
name for him, Ugly Cat. That's an appropriate name for him. Yeah, we got 6 people in chat today, and do you know what? We all act like adults, and we talk about serious conversations, and we're quite happy with the way things are. So yeah, thanks for making us laugh.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if we really need to finish the end of this. I just think, yeah, I must admit, I feel differently now to how I felt at the
As
beginning.
I said, everything I said in this video is alleged, but what do you guys think on this situation? Let me know in the comments.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think it's a real shame, and it's brought up some talking points that I love because we are intelligent in here. So yeah, that's
Mostly.
great. Yeah, well, yeah, most of the time we're intelligent, aren't we?
Yeah.
So
Now that I'm on my break.
and you're on your break. Okay, so
Yeah, like my sober break.
okay, so
Oh.
let's switch us back to here because we've got other things that we need to go over. You know that, guys. But firstly, we need to wish somebody a very happy birthday. And I'm sure you'll all join in. Hang on one second. Let's where should we put us? I'm so good at this. Right, get over there. Right, that'll do. And let's wish somebody a very happy birthday, shall we? It's such a shame, isn't it?
The big 40.
Mm-hmm.
It made me think about what I want to do for my birthday.
Of course it would, Edna. Of course it would. Oh my God. So what do we think? I mean, there are people that say, oh, she may be traveling, maybe she's traveling home. Because it's her big 40. You would imagine that she did have some plans for her 40,
Yes.
wouldn't you?
You think?
I thought so. I mean, I can't imagine that Salah would have even been involved in any form of plan that she had for her birthday, because it seems as if that relationship's well and truly dead in the water, isn't it? But
It appears so.
yeah, but I don't know. I think maybe she could be on her way home. Who cares? Nobody cares. And I
No,
know for
not
sure.
really.
I know for sure that this person doesn't care. Absolutely. He doesn't care. So you must have watched this. Edna, if you say you haven't watched it, you can go and sit on the naughty step.
Jen, it's tax season. I'm busy, girl.
Oh my God. Did you see it,
Yeah,
Brid?
I saw it. Mm-hmm.
What did you think of it?
It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we can do, we can play a bit of it. I mean, he's such a sweetie. He put up a short earlier today saying you can all play it. I don't mind if you want to share it with your subs. You can all play it. So I mean,
Oh.
I don't mind looking at it. If you want to, or do you want to discuss anything else? Because I don't want to bore people. Hang on one second. With it, if they've already seen it. Let me see. There it is. Right. Okay. Let's stop. So I also think it might be quite nice to look at it. Because I know Edna seems to have this idea that, and I'm not throwing you under the bus, Edna,
Sure.
but I am. Yeah, I'd just like to know. I just feel that are some things that have been exposed about her that are just so disgusting.
Well, let's take a look, Jen.
Okie dokie. Do you want a break, girls, or are you all right to go straight on with this?
I'm good.
Go on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get that up. Let's see if we can shuffle us around a wee bit. We could go there, or we can go there. Yeah, should we do it like that? That's not too confusing for everybody, is it? Let me see.
No.
Put that on. Oh no, we were on default before. Let's go to cinema. Okay, let's shuffle this up. All right, now then, this is the bit where he's going back over some of the things that happened years ago. And this particular bit is when she did the long apology, well, kind of apology to Charlie Gold. Was it an apology? I don't know. But
Let's take a look.
yeah, okay.
Edna's like, get on with it.
Oh, I know, I can't help it. I'm old. All right, here we go, Edna.
Hi guys, I just want to say that there are a lot of accusations of me being a racist because some things I said to Charlie Gold. At the time, I called her Charlie Cole. It was impulsive. No, it wasn't. She called her... Fine, I'm good time. It was impulsive and out of extreme anger. I also threw some other insults at her as well. Low blows. Being totally honest, that'll make a change. I did not think of Cole in relation to her colour or race at all, and more as a word that sounded similar to gold, but was not as valuable. I am apologising, however, because on further thought, I can understand how black individuals may be offended by this, and for that I truly apologise. That was not my intention at all. I did send Charlie a private message apologising for the insults, as I consider them to be a low blow, and even if I am being insulted, I never want to hurt others with my words and feel terrible. Great, she said something highly offensive to many, but then she apologised. Perfect. All done with.
I'm sorry that I ever explained myself for my comments about Charlie, about calling her Cole.
I'm sorry. I was just about to say that was a lovely apology. You know, I almost believe her, but I'm glad I didn't say anything because she's about to make me. Go ahead, Jen.
Oh my God. I know.
Because I wasn't being racist. And I firmly believe that, and I should have stood by that. I'm sorry that I ever apologized for that.
Not only was she now not sorry for calling Charlie Gold Charlie Cole, but then she went back to using the word Cole.
I used it in my most recent post.
Exactly. And that's what bullies do.
And
You
she
know,
still
that,
does it. She still does it to this day.
yeah.
Does she?
It's like, you know, if a bully's pulled over by a teacher and said, right, now go and apologise to so-and-so because you've really upset them, they'll go and apologise, but then the next minute or the next opportunity, they will still say it because that's their mentality.
Yep.
Because if she would have said, because honestly, it is kind of funny, you know. When I think of coal, I think of like Christmas, and you know, when you're bad, you get a coal instead of a gift. So that's what my mind originally went to. I didn't think of it as a dig to her skin tone.
Really, I did, because I remember this is when she said it. It was when I first started getting into this girl world stuff, and I'm watching Charlie, and she played the clip at the beginning of her video, like she had the intro as the clip is the intro, and when I heard it, I was like, because I knew exactly, like she talking about her being black.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. When I first heard it, I was like, oh, well, I mean, how racist can she be? I mean, what other word could she use? So yeah, I definitely saw it as a racist dig or a slur.
Saying Charlie Cole because that's how black is.
No, because you're ignorant and you're racist. The fact that Chantel was educated on why that is racist, she has filmed 2, maybe 3 apology videos that she had to take down because at the end of the day, she never meant any of them. So for you to now go on your public platform once again and call me Charlie Cole, it's because you are racist.
100%. No excuse for that. And Tulane says things like this is why those of us that have been around for a while can't stand her ass. Absolutely. 100%. Yeah. 100.
You know, there are still people arguing that her saying that is not racist, because I know that Silvana,
oh
God, yeah, she came at me on Twitter talking about don't get into that because it's not racist, and I was just like, you know what? I said, you are not going to tell me as a white lady that lives in a different country what is and isn't racist in America. And so after that, I've been all kinds of bad names according to her after I told her that.
There's something wrong with that woman. I swear to God, there's something wrong with that woman. And she actually gives Germans a very bad name. That's what I'll say, because the Germans that I know, and I know a few, and I've been to Germany, they are actually a very, very friendly race or nation, whatever you want to say, nationality.
There you go.
So I got there in the end.
Yeah.
So that Silvana gives them a very bad reputation, I have to say. She needs to keep her mouth shut. Yeah, 100%.
Just say you're racist.
I really, really like Milk Tea's take on all of this. And I wasn't around at the time, so over to you, Milk Tea.
I'm sorry that I ever apologized for that because I know I'm not racist.
What you know and what you said are two different things. You knowing your intentions does not change how it sounded, and that was a lot of the point that people were making. They were saying, this has racist connotations. And if someone is telling you that, somebody of color is telling you, hey, this is offensive, white people in general don't get to decide what sounds offensive to people of other races. That's my major problem with this. I can believe intentions differ.
And she's absolutely right there. I mean, I have to say, since sort of being online and speaking to, you know, Black Americans like I do, I've learned there's a difference between racism in America than there is in England. So, you know, and I learn what is and isn't acceptable in America. And you know, there's sometimes when I'm like, oh God, I didn't realize that. Do you know what I mean? But
Jan, we're
it's
well
all-
aware of how you feel about us. Thank you.
oh God, don't. No, listen, you're not all the same. I'm not.
We're
one of those people
we're
that thinks
uneducated.
you're the same.
We're uneducated. We say the N word too much. We know
Everybody has a pew pew.
too many guns.
Oh God! So we've got her world in. Hi, her world.
Welcome,
Did
girl.
FFG also say some racially charged things towards Charlie? I've not heard that, but I know
Oh,
Bridget.
absolutely, she did.
that.
You're a welfare queen.
Yep. Well, she
Oh
didn't say welfare
yes.
queen. She didn't say queen. It wasn't that part, but it was
Oh,
basically
so what did she
implied.
call welfare?
It was
What?
implied. She just said
Oh, okay.
basically on welfare. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is
Sorry, I
that?
feel a little extra on it. I apologize.
But
No,
I mean,
everybody did because that's what was implied.
Okay, so you automatically think because she said someone's on welfare that means they're being racist.
Because
Charlie
she's
never
black
said she was
and
on welfare.
Yep.
She
Yep.
said that. Why would you think as a black woman she's on welfare?
And just I
Yeah.
equate it to how Negs said that I was on welfare. Or no, he said I was in Section 8 housing. He said that to numerous black people. Right.
Oh,
Where
right.
you have to be to
Okay.
qualify for those programs. It's they're not just giving it away because you can't afford to go to McDonald's. Or, you know what I mean? Like, get out of here.
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I mean, over here, that doesn't really happen because, I mean, I shouldn't really say, but I don't think the same thing would have the same reaction to black people. But then I don't know. I don't live in areas that it may be seen as being stereotypical, because I think it was more of a stereotypical response, wasn't it? Or comment. As opposed to, well, in my eyes, I would say, as opposed to a racist thing. But then I can understand why it is seen as a racist thing now. But I think over in Britain, I don't think it would even be a thing. But anyway, let's move on a bit with this anyway.
Sometimes people mean to be, sometimes people don't. But you don't get to turn around and say something isn't offensive if someone's telling you it's offensive.
I used it in my most recent post saying Charlie Cole because that's how black is your soul is black, not the color of your skin.
You're using it that way now. You weren't using it that way then. You can't retcon this.
She's such a piece of shit. Sorry. I just had to stop and say that. Sorry, I was angry. Okay, let's carry on.
I want Foodie to get confused. I watched the live stream before I watched Milk Tea's take on it, or Michael B. Sweaty, or Puppy Syntax. I watched the live before I watched any reactor, and I thought that you were in the wrong, all by myself, with a touch of racism. I know it's a serious subject, obviously, but she's so... I'm trying to think of a word that isn't... I'm trying to just not call her stupid every time. She's so not smart.
No, I have to pull Mr. Snowflake up here. For somebody who worked in education, you should have been able to come up with a different word than not
He
smart.
was trying to be funny, but yeah.
Yeah, no, he's let the side down. Sorry, he's definitely let the side down. Hi, Bea, I hope you're well, darling. Nice to see you. Yeah, he's let the side down, but, you know, come on, man. I've forgotten what the word was now. What was the word he said?
Not smart. Stupid.
Not stupid instead of stupid. Well, okay. He could have used many words such as, let me think. Simple.
Yeah.
I tend to sort of use, it's funny, I think we all tend to use the same sort of vocabulary, don't we? But I do like to come up with different words. So I want to come up with a different word for stupid.
We can maybe
Come
say
on, Edna.
unintelligent.
Yeah,
ignorant,
unintelligent.
dense,
Ignorant. She's opened up
brainless,
the door.
mindless, foolish. Not
Oh
beans,
dear.
green tomatoes.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
I think
he's funny, though,
simple,
yeah.
unintelligent, um, uh, uneducated. All the things that I sort of throw Yo Mama's way, really. Yeah. That.
But the thing is, I don't know if it's necessarily that she was being stupid. I think she was intentionally, like, at first I think she came up with something that she thought was a little clever, which I would give her a point on. But then she found out that it hurt racially, and she was like, "Oh, even better," and she doubled down.
Yeah, which shows that she's a piece of shite.
Yeah.
Whichever way you take it, Edna, it shows she's a piece of shite to do that.
Yeah, I agree.
Right, okay. Good. I'm glad we're not going to have an argument.
Jay, you gonna beat me up?
I am. I'm coming for you, Edna. All the way from England. I'm coming. All right.
Other times that it's comical.
I'm telling you. I exercise when I have to. Stop playing the victim.
So what she's doing there is she's saying to Charlie, I can exercise when I want, meaning I can fight when I want. I can exercise when I want. Foodie, we've seen you exercise.
This is funny.
That's crazy.
Isn't it? Insane. And the thing is, I think she's even bigger than that now, isn't she?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's absolutely ginormous.
She walked up and down the stairs one time and almost died. Foodie, you can't act tough when you can't even walk up and down the stairs once without almost dying. On a serious note.
Do you know what? Could you imagine if you met her in the street and, you know, she came up to you with her fists up? Come on then, fight me. All you'd have to do is give her one poke and take like 4 steps back and she'd never be able to reach you.
Oh, it'd be hilarious to see.
Oh my God. And she's tiny as well, isn't she? Sort of height-wise.
I wouldn't necessarily call 5'1" tiny as a 5'1" person, but she's a smaller step.
You two are short asses, aren't you?
Yep.
I keep forgetting that. I'm 5'6", 5'6" and a half.
Yeah, we're little people over here.
Little people with big voices. And we need them. We need our voices, ladies. Come on. Get strong with it.
Because I remember during COVID, because we were all online and I was at work, and this lady had never met me before. But then we went back to work, and she was like, "Oh my God, I did not realize you were so tiny." Because I'm sitting up there 5 feet even, and she was like, "I thought you were tall like me."
Do you know the average height for a woman? I thought was 5'5", isn't it?
Yeah, well, I heard 5'4".
Yeah, I heard 5'4".
I thought so.
Mm-hmm.
So you are tiny. Stop trying to pick yourselves up. All right, who do you think you are, your mama?
It's only. I'm gonna start saying 5'11" now. 5'9", and that's what I'm gonna say.
It's my height. Okay, she's 5'7", and in the States for a woman, or is it average height? I think average height is it 5'4". Did you just say?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, Titches. I think I might call you Jan's Titches. Until you block me all over social media, and then I'll be like, "Oh, I didn't mean it. I was only joking." Oh.
It's very difficult to disagree with anything Charlie Gold said there.
It's because you are racist. Just say you're racist.
Foodie knew.
Charlie Gold has got the best skin. She gets really close up to the camera and she has the best skin. I want to move on from the Charlie Gold bit. Let's move on to this bit.
Yeah, I miss Charlie.
Yeah. I hope she's happy. That's what I hope.
Desperation to be with anybody.
He's here? Where? Come into my car. Come in.
Oh my God, I remember these, don't you? Oh God.
I could never. Oh my goodness.
Scary.
Here's Frank. Guys, what's up? It's Frank.
Meeting this stranger, was completely fueled by her desperation for attention. Nothing would come from it. The next guy showed much more promise to be a main character in the soap opera, this weird soap opera that was Foodie's life. A guy called Nick, who she met online and on one of these dating apps, and she seemed very, very interested in Nick. Perhaps a little too interested.
And when he got in the car, he's like, hi. Anyway, he gets in, and I grab his face right away. I'm like, you have the cutest face, and I'm so glad you have nice teeth.
Grabs his face as soon as he gets in the car. I thought she acted a bit weird with him, but apparently it worked.
Oh, we made out.
But it couldn't have gone that well because he immediately blocked her.
I'm not over this. I know it's messed up. I met him for 15 minutes. I really, really feel like there was something there. It's a gut instinct.
15 minutes.
Right. I was just 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Girl.
Can you believe that? It's insane.
Yeah, that's limerence, I believe, right?
Yeah. And then he blocked her everywhere. But listen to what she says about it. I mean,
you get some crazy woman talking about I'm in love. Sorry, Jen, go ahead.
But the madness is that she again, just like what we were talking about a little bit earlier, she puts it on social media. Anybody else would never admit to that, would they?
Right.
You wouldn't admit to that. But
no, I wouldn't. You have to torture it out
She
of
only
me.
met him for 15 minutes and she's this obsessed with him.
I texted him because I'm blocked everywhere. So I texted him like a loser out of desperation. Like, I feel like I need to get into his house.
Get inside his house. All this time I've been worried about the strangers online. It's the strangers that needed to worry.
Like, I don't need to know what he's doing every day. I don't need to know, you know what I mean? Like, not that kind of thing, but I know he blocked me. But, so, I don't really care.
Jokes aside, I know why I do it. I did. It's not I have a bit of sympathy for her here. I know, I'm sorry. I don't know why I do it. I do know it because it just came across so desperate. And it's that desperation of Foodies that I think played a role in the next horrible situation.
So the Egyptian guy is very, is it like, I don't know if it's like all Egyptian men, but he's very pushy, like bossy, like tells me what to do. He got mad at me because I didn't want to go over. Like,
I'm going to stop here and ask you girls, why do you think she only goes for foreign men?
Because I think foreign men idolize white women. So even if they get like I'm just gonna say it. Maybe like a lower quality woman, that's still like a step up to them, maybe.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. So, would you put her in the predatory box? Would you say she's a predator for doing that? Yeah.
It's always foreign men that speak limited English.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that. I think she preys on them. And when she goes on the app, she puts in, I mean, I've never been on those dating apps. But I understand you can put in where you want the person to come from. And she always used to put, go in the foreign one. Why? Why? But you've answered it. Okay, let's see. Tulane says, vulnerability. She likes mainly limited ones as well. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, mentally.
Yeah, mentally. Yes, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think you're right. Shut your face. Who's that laughing?
Is
You,
that-
Shut your face.
Yesterday, he's looking for a relationship. It's like, you're gonna come here and you're not gonna want to leave for like a week. And I was just like, he asked me to move in with him. He's like, come over right now. I'm like, I need to sleep. He's like, we'll sleep together. He calls me. I woke up. There was like 18 missing phone calls on my phone.
He's bossy, aggressive, tells her what to do, gets upset when she doesn't come over. 18 missed calls. Obviously, I'm not the biggest foodie fan out there, but I didn't take any pleasure in hearing how she was talking about this guy, how he was treating her. Every time he called her, for some reason, I felt really anxious.
So, oh no. That's the Egyptian guy. Okay, I gotta go. That guy is so pushy. He gets so mad.
He sounded awful. So why was Foodie, this grown woman, allowing herself to be treated like this from a guy who she didn't even know?
Those are weird signs. I know it's already so toxic. But like a part of me can't help it because
I think she's just so desperate for any kind of attention. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, just the way
And
she
that's what's
talks
really
about him, and the way she probably fabricates a lot of what actually did happen. I mean, because we know she's the biggest liar out there, but to actually build this into a proper relationship so early on shows how desperate she was.
he's so into me. Like, it's flattering. Wow, he's so angry and weird right from the get-go. Why would I hang out with him? Because he's sexy.
I agree there as well. I think she is just desperate for somebody to think, because I would say that she probably hasn't got a lot of sex experience, and someone who is eager
Jan, have
to be
you
with her.
have you heard her? Have you seen her? She talks about it all the time, or she did.
No, but it's all made up, Edna.
Yeah.
It's all made up, and it's all coming back to bite her now, which is karma.
Obviously don't like Foodie Beauty. I don't think she's a nice person. But hearing about this Egyptian guy made me feel very, very uncomfortable.
I did go over to the Egyptian guy's house. So this guy is crazy. Like, excuse me. I ended up tiptoeing out of there when he fell asleep. He wanted me to stay. Like, he gets...
Well, we know that was a lie. There's no way that she tiptoed out of anywhere. All I can envisage is that meme of an elephant in the butter. Have you seen that one?
No.
There's no way she tiptoed anywhere.
Well, could you imagine being somewhere where you don't feel safe to leave?
Yeah.
That is
Yes,
scary.
Yeah, you're right, darling. Let's be realistic for 1 second, okay? We know he had a mattress on the bed, on the floor, rather, right? So this heifer lump is lying by the side of him, and she's got to try and not only roll that off onto the floor, but then try and stand up. Okay, come on, this is realistic. This is
Maybe she
reality.
those mattresses that don't disturb the other person. Remember those mattresses where they had like a glass of wine on it?
No.
Maybe she just
those Posturepedics, he could not afford that kind of mattress. No.
Not being on the floor.
Can you imagine? And then rolling over and grunting and farting as she went.
Oh
Oh,
my
no.
goodness. You know what, Jan? When you paint that picture, it is unlikely. Yeah.
Sorry, I've got to not laugh all the way through this.
It's mad easy. Like, I know there's going to be red flags, but he gets so mad. Like, how come you took so long to get here? So to ease the mood, he starts smoking. He lights up this Moroccan hash, and we get totally. And then he like I don't want to say this, but you guys are gonna be so. I don't do this on a regular basis.
Oh,
She
Lord.
still wants to be one of the it girls, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Like, they don't normally do this kind of thing, but I couldn't help myself. She's such a twat. Honestly. Who
I
does
can't believe
that?
I can't believe she said, well, there's gonna be red flags. Excuse me, ma'am. No, there's not gonna be red flags. Like, what are you talking about?
I think the red flag was the bed on the bloody floor. Was the
Yeah.
You know what? Absolutely.
It's insane.
I mean, are we doing like a Japanese futon thing here? I need an explanation because that's not our culture.
Yeah. And wouldn't you, I mean, if you were her size, even seeing the mattress on the floor, wouldn't you be thinking, how the hell am I going to get out of that?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Jan, I
Even
tried
if
it
I
and
can lower
it took
myself
one
down.
night. No. Because that's how I know, because I looked into it, right? I was like minimalist and all kind of people propose it. And at my size at that time, it was not happening.
Well, she managed it.
No, she didn't.
I don't even.
Listen, I don't want to call her a liar, but now that I'm thinking about it, she definitely lying.
Oh, maybe Edna's seeing the light. She's finally seeing the light.
You know what? The mattress on the floor, I didn't. When you put that little bit of information in, I'm like, okay, yeah.
I did it, and I did he busted out like a bunch of lines of cocaine. I know.
I'm genuinely not trying to throw any shade, but it's a desperation. That's what it came across as. She's so desperate for attention that this horrible, aggressive guy, that's good enough for her. Like, I know people always say Amber copies her partners. Foodie did coke the first night because this guy did it. I do think Foodie is capable of rational thought. This wasn't one of those times.
Do you remember the story? I mean, we don't know if it's the truth or not because she's just full of stories. But do you remember the story when she said when she first got there and there was a woman on the step or something?
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just can't imagine someone breaking open cocaine and doing it. Like, there's no label. What are the nutrition facts? Like,
run away, wouldn't you? You'd be like, what? No, I mean,
I'm getting out of the car. Let me go grab my cocaine napkin or whatever. I'm getting out of there. Breaking out cocaine casually. Get out of here. That's crazy.
I tell you what, he should have shoved the red flag up her ass. That may have got her moving.
Well, speaking of possessiveness, I was messaging on my phone, and I think it was you. And he's looking at me, and he's like, "Who are you texting?" So I didn't know what to say. I was just like, "My friends." He's kind of really rough. Like, he was rough at one point. So banged up and abused, but not in a bad way. See, it's not, he didn't abuse me. It's just that it's because I mark very, very easily because
She really enjoyed showing off those marks as well.
Mhm.
That's like psychotic. I'm sorry. But yeah, to sort of, sort of relish in her wounds of rough sex. I mean, no.
Well, I think that's
my
what
blood
it is. She's internalizing it as rough sex versus
Abuse.
Yeah. Even though so many people were telling her what it actually was, she knew better. And if that was the only way she could get sex, then that's what she was going to do.
the nurse.
Well, I mean, is it
on the
really?
back. Yeah,
sorry,
he
go ahead.
bit me a lot.
Yeah, sorry, Edna.
Well, I was just thinking maybe that does ask the question: can you really call it abuse if she's going along with it? Like, she knows she doesn't want it, but she's allowing it to happen.
Well, because I remember, and Snowflake doesn't go over this, but I remember at one point, this was when I was watching FFG, where I guess she had told FFG, I don't know if FFG was telling the truth, but she was telling him no when it came to other types of
Yeah, I know which one you
relations.
mean.
Yeah, yeah. And he
Like shutting the
still
back
did it.
door type of thing.
Yeah, yeah. But he still did it
Okay.
anyway. And she was telling him no.
Yeah, I
Oh, that's
believe
not
that
okay.
actually. But then I think that was further on, wasn't it? And they weren't
Maybe, yeah.
actually in the relationship then. And I think he was manipulating her. I remember when people used to say, oh, he just plays her at her own game, but he's better at it. And I think that was the case. I really do. And I think, what he did, I think it's appalling. I think it's sick what he did. But because of, how can I put it? Because of the way Foodie is, she leaves herself open to that,
Mm-hmm.
and drugs were probably still involved in it at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But getting back to what Edna said, that's a really good question. And I wonder how it would stand in a court of law. We're not talking, not the back door thing, but this thing at the beginning, that what she's talking about, the rough sex. Could she, if she'd have gone to, I agree with you definitely there, Tulane. Could she have gone to the police and said, um, you know, this guy has abused me, and then shown this video in court and got away with that charge? I don't think she would.
No, I don't. I apologize. There's a motorcycle gang outside my home.
Yeah, I can hear it. Don't worry about it, honey. Let's start this. Shall we go, or do you want to answer that, Edna? Okay, let's do
And
this.
I would add to the list of reasons why I don't like him. We've got Bruce in her, and I wasn't the only one who wasn't a fan of this chap.
But I recommend avoiding him forever, just because he seems clingy in an annoying kind of way.
Yeah, I know, but you just have to stink out after. That's all.
See, I mean, even Pete's saw the signs, and she's just so cocky and like, oh yeah, but yeah, no, I can live with that. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, dude sounds like a douche.
What did you say?
I said, you've hit it. Now quit it. That guy sounds... I don't like this guy.
He was known as the Egyptian man, but soon a more appropriate name would start being used.
Mohammed? No, his name's not Mohammed. We'll just call him Boob Abuser. No, I'm just joking. We'll call him Dom. Let's call him Dom. We'll call him Dom because he's a Dom.
They'd only met once at this point. I wasn't a fan. Pete wasn't a fan. And they'd only met once. I remember researching it and thinking, okay, that's day one. That's night one. What will day two bring? I didn't expect this.
Oh my god. So he's like, hey, do you want to come over tonight and go to an orgy? Like, apparently he knows these people. He has a friend.
See, I don't believe that. That I don't believe. I don't believe, and I don't mean to be mean, but if you're at an orgy, I mean, can you imagine her sort of waddling through the door?
Well, I mean, different people have fetishes, so you don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
But I was gonna say that with going back to the point of like, could she go to the cops, like to report abuse? I mean, it would kind of be not applicable because she's going to him.
Yeah.
So she should have stopped. She could just end the communication, the relationship, and it would be over.
Exactly. And he wasn't even mobile, was he? She was the one that used to always drive over there. So, I mean, she couldn't even say, oh, well, I was scared not to go because I was frightened he was going to turn up at my doorstep. No, she was the one that was going there.
Yeah.
It's like,
That he works with, who's from like Cameroon and has like, he has like a 13-inch appendage.
Oh,
showed me a
get
picture of it.
well.
Like,
No more.
What man? I'm telling you, if I just met someone and they said, "Oh, do you fancy, sort of a bit of fun with a friend of mine? I've got a picture of his dick." I'd be like, "Laters."
You know what? I saw there was a video posted on social media, and he was showing off like it was a man. He was fully tatted, but you can tell that his package was packaging. So what did Jessica say? The print was printing, but it wasn't even the print. Like the shadow was shadowing.
Wow.
I don't know what to say to that, Edna, so I'm going to go back.
I'll send it to you,
I don't know. Okay.
People that wonder about Dom, the more defensive she became.
on that note, I'm gonna go hang out with my cokehead boyfriend. It's 3:45, and I'm gonna have a good night. So, you guys are so like, oh, that's him. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta call him back. Why is it odd, Karina Kaboom? What the? He has a mattress on the floor. Who cares? So you're gonna judge him for having a mattress on the floor?
Yes, I would. I'm sorry, but yes.
Without further context. Yeah, without further context, yes. Also, just casually saying my cokehead boyfriend, that's I would kind of rethink that phrase as well. Oh my goodness.
Go make more videos about Amber. What a dumb thing to judge somebody about. Oh, you have a mattress on. Yeah, Layla, but the criticism is stupid.
Foodie's audience, who didn't always show the most amount of love, were clearly concerned. All silly lol cow stuff was gone now. This was a worrying situation.
I get there. There's another guy there. Basically, his friend, I sit at the table, his friend's so drunk. And then I guess I was on my phone, and then his friend went on his phone. So Dom, he's just like, are you texting each other? I was just like, oh my God. He was being like paranoid. Like, I don't know. And I'm just like, we're not boyfriend and girlfriend. And he's like, no, I'm not. He's like, I don't care. If you want to sleep with him, just be honest about it. And I'm just like, what? Like, I don't even know your friend.
Oh, she loved that.
Didn't she love it? Didn't she love all that attention? I want to move on to... Otherwise, we're going to be here all night. Let's move on to this bit. Okay.
One clip out there where she, it looks like she goes to sleep.
She's got her eyes closed.
While she's driving?
Yep.
Get out of here.
I know our diehard fans will... That's what's going to happen to Foodie, actually, isn't it? She doesn't stop overeating. Diehard. I know our diehard fans will think, it's not a big deal. She's never crashed. She's never been driving while under the influence. You need more proof than reaction channels. Oh, Pete!
Extremely little sympathy for people who drive drunk. And yes, I did yell at Chantel once for that.
I knew I liked Pete for a reason. Well done, Pete. I hope you're enjoying X-Men 97.
Hey, your old pal Wolverine. Don't let Foodie Beauty drink and drive, Bubba. Someone could get hurt.
Just when you think she can't sink any lower, boom, drunk driving. And my reliable source wasn't 4chan or Kiwi Farms. It was your best mate, Pete's. So kick off with Pete's. Sorry, Pete, I'm just throwing you under the bus, mate. Sorry. You know, every time I feel a little bit of sympathy for her, she'll do something and I'll go, oh, why did I feel sympathy for her? Why do I never learn? I do it every time. And if you think driving while drunk's bad, here's some more clips to help you like her some more.
Oh no, I think that... There's bunny rabbit hair all over my car. It's not funny.
It's not funny.
Yeah, I mean, I do ignore people. Do you know? Oh my God, there's a frog coming! I don't want to kill them and run them over. Why are they doing this? There's like these weird frogs crossing the road.
Not only
only is she road rage and deleting stream, she's also out killing frogs.
What are you meant to say to that? She's running over animals and laughing away. I've said before, joking about bad things isn't necessarily bad. Often it's needed. The other day I heard a story about two guys who work in a hospital and they deal with dead bodies and they're very jokey about it all. And I think that's the perfect job where you have to have a sense of humor, otherwise you'd just be so depressed. So joking about a bad thing isn't necessarily bad. But Foodie, again, I think there's something missing. I'm not seeing any genuine feelings about it. It's just like, oh, I killed those things. Oh, well.
I think it's a sign of psychopathy. That's what I think. 100%. She lacks empathy. She lacks sympathy. That's what's lacking in her. She's either a sociopath or a psychopath, and quite possibly both. That's what I think.
Do you think they're like transient states caused by the drugs, or you think that's like her baseline?
I think that's her baseline.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. There's nothing transient about it. I think she's always been this way. I mean, even going back to the stories she tells of when she was a child, there's signs of psychopathy there, 100%. And, you know, even when she recalls stories, she never recalls them with true emotion. And that's why when you get people who say, oh, wow, this happened to her and that happened to her, blah, 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 you can't take it seriously because she laughs about it.
Yeah.
You know, and there's something very wrong that somebody would do that. It just shows a lack of any kind of, you know, has she actually got any feelings? Does she show any feelings? The only feelings that I ever see her show is for herself, and that is, you know, narcissistic, if you like. So I think she's got several traits.
Because just like when her grandmother died, she didn't cry, and then I remember when she was going through it with Nader, and she was acting like she was crying, but there was like no tears.
Yeah,
it was like all for show.
Yeah. Edna, you got anything to say, honey?
I'm just kind of stunned because like it's like, yeah, you're right.
It's true though. If you look
It
at her,
is.
I mean, and it's like, you know, the old slow mama over there keeps going on, but oh, she was abused, and this, that, and the other. That's got nothing to do with anything. You know, you
I
can't.
don't think it has nothing to do because I think it complicates it. Or like, what's the word?
No.
It makes it more
Don't
complex.
use
Yeah,
it. You
complicates
can't use it as an excuse for the type of behavior that she shows to not only other people but also to animals. You can't.
Well, I think it can, because if a person is abused as a young child, it affects the way they grow up and the way they process emotions. So I think it could have something to do with it.
But
Because
how do we know
obviously
she was abused as a child? She hasn't proved that. She wasn't abused as a child.
As far
I
as
think
maybe
so
there was a
Sorry,
there was a neglect.
go ahead.
I think I was going to say I think there was a neglect.
You got it, yeah.
Yeah, I think there was a neglect aspect, especially with her mother. I mean, her mother let her to go off and do whatever she wanted to do, and then she couldn't control her, so she's just like, have at it. You know, I think there was a neglect aspect there, which is a form of abuse.
Babysitter. She told a story about a babysitter allowing her to eat like a ridiculous amount of food, like a bucket of chicken.
Wow.
That's definitely neglect. That's I mean, that was tiptoeing to abuse. If we would say her neglect of the cats were abuse, the neglect of Chantal was abuse.
Okay.
Well, tra la 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 la. Something's missing for me. Driving drunk, still affected from drugs from the night before, running over animals and laughing like she's a bad guy in a horror film. Doesn't get much worse than that, does it? Yes, it does. Much, much worse. I'm really sorry about the next bit.
Terry Lynn.
Here we go. Remember Foodie's moderator, Karate Joe, from earlier?
Joe, relax. Jesus. I'm not destroying my health. Jesus. I hate it. I don't even like it, Joe. I don't care if Karate Joe's mad. I'm honestly sick of you giving me shit for everything anyway, honestly.
I know Joe means well, but him and others are very, should be doing this, you should be doing that, blah, blah, blah. I know Joe cares about me. Joe is, obviously I love Joe.
And Joe's my YouTube hubby, but
I'm a good judge of character.
Foodie historians will know exactly what's coming for the rest of you. I'm very sorry. People found out who Karate Joe really was, and who he was a predator.
He just looks creepy.
He does, doesn't he? Yuck.
Well, he definitely looks like he's been through some things.
Foodie had already fallen out with Joe before people found out who he really was. They fell out when she was seeing Dom, and he was all worried and being protective, and they stopped being friends because of Dom.
okay, Joe, goodbye.
Foodie learns about who Joe really was.
Yeah, I did not long ago.
I tell you, I can't watch her eat.
Mm.
She actually makes me feel physically sick.
Mm-hmm.
The way she eats and the way she walks and her whole persona when she eats, it actually does. Ugh, it just makes me feel sick.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way I can put it. I hate it.
I don't mind.
She couldn't stop stuffing her face. That's not a normal reaction. And if she thinks it is, you can get in the bin. It's not.
I don't even know what to say about that. So, I'm like shocked.
I think this is another reason why people despise her so much. It's not so much that, this disgusting piece of shite was in her chat, because she may not have known at the time what he'd done, okay? But it's the aftermath. It's what she does afterwards that is so unacceptable. To sit there stuffing her face and just not caring about it.
Yep.
It's like,
I don't know if she doesn't care. Maybe she's just stunned, like she doesn't know what to say, because she can't say, "Oh, well, he's still my good friend," because she know, I don't know. Listen, I have more response. I have a bigger response when somebody tells me they voted for Trump. So don't get on me. I'm not. But I'm trying to think. Maybe she didn't know what to say.
Listen, no, no.
Like your stunned response is just like, it's not just keep on piling pounds of French fries into your mouth. Like she did not stop eating.
She soothes herself with food. She copes with food. So why would she stop eating when she hears this, disorienting information? She probably didn't know what to do other than keep eating.
That's the point, though. It's not disorientating to her. That's the point, and that's what makes her a sociopath.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, she could at least be like, she can at least be crying while she eats, like, oh my God, I didn't know. And just, okay, let me pile the food in my mouth.
I mean, I can imagine it would take a minute for the levels of something like that to sink in, especially if somebody that she talked to all the time. No, okay.
No, I'm sorry, girls. As much as I love having you on here, and I think you're two fabulous women, if I found out that one of you had done anything remotely like that, I'm sorry, you'd be out of here.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for that. There's
Oh,
no,
absolutely.
you know, you can't make excuses for certain things, you know, that people do.
I
Yeah,
mean,
anyway.
yes, but at the same time, you still have these people in society. And I feel like by completely ostracizing them or saying that you're a terrible person, you can never come back, then you allow them to think that. And then they just keep on doing whatever because they think, well, everybody hates me anyway. I might as well, you know. So I don't want anybody who might have those kind of thoughts or whatever to think you're damaged, like you can never recover or whatever. You know, that's why I want to have that kind of grace because I don't want them to keep offending. Like I want that behavior to stop. And I don't think, you know, demonizing them helps. I don't know. I mean, it's disgusting. You know, what can you say? It's ugh.
Do you actually believe that demonizing them, as you put it, would have any effect on the type of person they are? Do you honestly believe that? Because there's no way, in my opinion, these people are sick individuals. So whether they're demonized or not has no effect on how they live their lives. It really doesn't. And in
I
actual
don't know,
fact,
Jan. I disagree because
some of them enjoy the notoriety that they get. People like Jeffrey Dahmer and these, you know, Ted Bundy, you see the duper's delight when they're in the courtroom. They revel in. So to say that, you know, by turning your back on people like that in society is just going to make them worse is absolute rot. Sorry, Edna. In my opinion, that's absolute rot. You can't just,
okay.
you
I
know,
mean, that's fair.
accept people for doing such heinous things, especially to other people, and even more especially to children, and think, oh, well, I won't say anything because he'll just go and do it even more. No, they'll do it
No,
anyway.
I'm not saying no, absolutely not. I'm not saying that I won't say anything. But what I'm saying is if you have somebody like if we have a situation, we have these people that have done these terrible things, you're not going to put them to death, right? They're going to be in society. So we should be trying to do all that we can to rehabilitate them.
But some
They
of them
went to
can't
jail.
be rehabilitated.
Jail is supposed to be rehabilitation, but I'm still not
And it
fucking with you. I'm still not fucking with you when you get out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. And they come out, okay, after they're, you know, they've been, you know, fixed, if you like, they come back out into society and put in these safe homes, you know, where they're monitored all the time and blah, 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 and they're on this list and they're on that list. It doesn't stop them. It doesn't stop them. That's their makeup. As Terry Lynn
And maybe
says, they are damaged. You can't
my brain
mend
can't
something.
comprehend.
Huh?
Because I wouldn't do, you know, it's just something like it just doesn't add up because I would never do something like that. So to imagine someone being able to do that is incomprehensible. You know what I mean? So I don't know, maybe, but at the same time, it's like I'm not gonna talk to them. I'm not gonna be their friend. If Foodie feel, you know what I mean? Because people need people, right? So if I don't know, it's that I don't know.
Bridge?
I don't know. I'll bring up a situation because I found, or actually a cousin found me. It was one of my uncle's lost children because he has like a billion children across the world, and I got
Jamaican, is he?
No,
Jamaicans are like that. We're all over the place. I'm telling you.
He's just a hoe. He's just a hoe. But I found this guy that was his kid. He was a grown adult and stuff like that. And so they got together, started trying to form a relationship. And then one time, my dad and my uncle, his brother, were hanging out, and he was like, "Oh, what's up with the dude or whatever?" And my uncle was like, I ain't fucking with him." Found out that he had gotten arrested at one point in time for doing something to a kid. He was like, "I'm not fucking with him."
Oh
And
my
so ever
God.
since then, he been out. Like nobody talks to him. Like,
Yeah.
like you did your time, but we cool.
I'm
You
sorry,
know
but
what?
I think
Absolutely.
if an adult is sick enough to do it once, then they'll do it again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether you ostracize them or what, you know, they'll do it again.
How will I know something like that? I'm
She
shocked,
really
but
is
I'm
defeated.
not. No, honestly.
Did you hear what she said? I'm shocked, but I'm not.
Mm. How can you not be shocked?
I think she knew.
Yeah, he probably told her.
Because if she's not shocked, she had to have known, or he's told
Yeah.
her something that would imply that's happened, or that he basically gave her enough information for her to connect the dots. Because there's no way somebody can tell me something like that and I would not be shocked.
Mm-hmm.
You never truly know somebody, but I'm like in disbelief. I'm in like disbelief a little. Well, yeah, you are vile in every way.
Ugh. Can't stand her. Can't stand her.
Anyway, we would get a more normal response from her.
I have no comment about Karate Joe. I don't know the circumstances of everything. I don't know anything. Like, I just don't even want to talk about it at all. Like, I don't want to go there, like at all. I don't know.
I watched that and I thought that's a bit better. This guy who you considered your friend turns out to be a monster, and you don't want to talk about it. You don't even want to think about it. I totally get that. I don't even want to think about it. It's too upsetting that I could be friends with somebody like that. I totally get a response. Fine, that's fine. But then she ruined it.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but like when it comes to sex offenders, registered sex offenders, I feel like, I don't know, like I just feel like if somebody pays their debt to society, I'm not saying like, yes, okay. I just like, you know what I mean? Like, it's okay for there to be unforgivable acts. Not everyone deserves redemption. Yeah, that's true, actually. But I don't know. I find it just, I don't know. Humans are flawed. Oh, I went out!
Anybody defending Foodie Beauty after that? What the hell's wrong with you? I don't want people.
EDNA
Harassing Foodie.
Yeah. You know, I have to agree. I'm sorry. I mean,
Jen,
Edna,
you were
I
just
love
talking about how
you.
you like to see the good in people just when we
I
started
do,
this,
but
right?
not in a monster. Come on, not in a monster.
That's why I tuned into the Yo Mama yesterday. I was like, is he gonna say something about this? Nothing.
He didn't say anything, did he?
Nothing.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Of course,
I was
he
like, I
won't
don't
say
remember.
anything about it. He won't say anything about it because it's fact. Anyone
Yo, Mama,
that
what you got to say
thinks
about this? Because this was
this
bad
is
for you, girl.
no, listen. Anyone that thinks this is acceptable, I'm sorry, no,
Mm-hmm.
no. And I don't shout normally, but I'm sorry, Edna, but no.
No, I'm shouting. No, I'm on my yeah. I was listening to. Hold on, I'm getting off track. You're okay, Jen. You talking stuff.
And Yo Mama supporting this just shows who he really is.
Oh,
He
and
sits there. Sorry, darling. Go.
I was gonna say, and bringing it back to the whole racial situation where Snowflake was going over how she called her Charlie Cole and stuff like that. And then I'm thinking about just the other day how he was trying to call out Kalari, talking about black woman.
Yes.
Come on now.
I know. I tell you, he's got more issues than bloody I don't know which Mayfair. He's like, there's something very wrong, I think, with the way he thinks. And, you know, I mean, I used to think some people still think that he's just trolling her. He's trolling Foodie. I don't think it is.
I think he is for real slow. Like they
Yeah.
call him slow mama. I've never called him slow. I think he is really slow. He is mentally deficient.
Yeah. I agree with you. I mean, it's like, how many times have I been on a panel with him? Just a couple of times. But I think you know, without even going into that and seeing how he's, you know, not able to articulate. I mean, not everybody can articulate, especially, you know, online. I mean, I've been doing it for years, so I'm kind of used to it, and I know you are as well, Bridge. But there's something about him, about his values. I definitely question his values.
I think he just does not understand. Because just like when he was on panel with us and he was yelling at me, talking about, you were saying that it was secondhand information and you had firsthand information. And I had to explain to him, no, we both got secondhand information because it came from different people. Like, I'm trying to explain to him that, and he just didn't understand.
No, he didn't.
Dumb.
He didn't understand the concept at all. And it was just screaming. Just insane.
Well, that's why I'm not really mad with him.
Because he's a dummy?
I mean, how can you don't know no better.
But it doesn't mean that because somebody knows no better, it doesn't mean that you can dismiss or discard their sort of bad behavior. You know, we're all accountable for what we do, and I know for a fact I am very accountable for what I put out on social media. People can twist it, turn it, say I'm this, say I'm that. It doesn't matter to me. I know who I am. I know what my standards are, and I hold strong to them. I learn a lot from, you know, people online, especially, you know, you two. And that's why I like having you on, because you do show me different things. You do sort of teach me certain things, especially about race in America, because I would never know otherwise. But I think when it comes to, you know, showing your authenticity, I think eventually it will come out. And I think that's coming out with Slow Mama, and it's coming out to the point. Yeah, he's got his following, but look at the type of people that are following him. There are many people out there that, you know, that sort of a bit like you, Edna, will turn a blind eye to certain things and say, oh yeah, well, that's him, that's that. No, there's no excuse
I don't know
for
if
bad
it's
behavior.
necessarily turning a blind eye. I think it's more because, like you said, you do take this seriously. It's an extension of yourself, your social media. I don't think he's taking it that seriously. It's a joke. He's laughing and dancing.
Nope. As
Go ahead.
Pissed off as he was at me, as pissed off as he was at Shannon threatening to go see her and stuff like that, he gets pissed off.
Yeah,
he does. It's not like he just takes it with a grain of salt and it's just a show. He is mad. Just like when he came on panel with me and Jan, that motherfucker came in hot. He was pissed at me.
Yeah.
He was hot from the chat.
Yeah.
But the thing is also, you know, to put yourself in that position, to expose yourself in that way, is detrimental, because people will see that side of you and, you know, possibly not like it. Now, I can be put in certain situations, especially if I go on panel, and on somebody else's panel and I've got something to say, yeah, I can say things that can fire people up, but I will always stand by what I say. And I think, with someone like your mama, it's like he can't stand by what he says because what he says is absolute tosh. So he can never really come back from, looking like a complete idiot when he was on that stream with us because, what can he say? Oh, the only thing he did say was, oh, well, they wouldn't let me talk. Yeah, I did have my finger on the mute button because otherwise we would have had a complete soliloquy from him, and nobody wants that. That's not what it was about. We were meant to be discussing things.
And I would say I think you're right when it comes to the way he acts and kind of leans on the chat and different things as being detrimental, at least potentially, because we see how the Mexicals run, with purple glitter and everything. So, it's all good when they're on your side, right? But, there's no honor among thieves.
Well, I've seen a lot on Twitter today, and there's a lot of people pointing out that he's an absolute arsehole. I mean, they may not be on Twitter. I mean, they may not be on YouTube, but they're definitely on Twitter.
Okay.
And there's
I'm
no
not really on
way
Twitter.
he can even, combat any of the people on there because he's not, firstly, he's not intelligent enough, and secondly, he's not articulate enough. I mean, all he'd do is put up some stupid meme.
Yeah, or a song, make up a song.
Yeah. So, yeah, people are seeing him for who he is. And I love that for him. Yay. Yay, yay, yay.
Well, harassing her fans. But just remember, if Foodie or one of her fans she has left ever criticize you, just remember, Foodie thinks that after a predator has served his time, she thinks meh. She said in episode 1 that I didn't use her own words.
No, it's not my own words. It's not my own words. That's the thing. He didn't use my own words. Like some of the stuff, yeah.
So let me be very clear about what your words were about a man who sexually abused the child. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. When it comes to registered sex offenders, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like if somebody pays their debt to society, I'm not saying like, yes, okay, I'm just saying like, you know what I mean? Why wasn't the response like, he's a monster, throw away the key, he's evil, it's normal? Why wasn't the response normal? Why was it, I'm going to say it again, because it's your words, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. When it comes to registered sex offenders, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like, if somebody pays their debt to society, I'm not saying like, yes, okay. I'm just saying
But
like,
see the thing,
you know what I
Jen,
mean?
can you pause it?
Yeah, hang on.
See, the thing with something like SA, like child SA, you can't repay that debt. So I'm not coming from it from a place that they've been restored somehow, you know what I mean, in the light of being like a member of society. The thing is, it's like how are you going to take them out of society? You know what I mean? Like if they're here. So that's my point. But at the same time, yeah, that's all I wanted to clarify, maybe, if that helps at all. I don't know.
Well, I think the only way to deal with it is to lock them away, throw them in a room and keep them there until the day they die. I don't think you can reintroduce them into society. I don't think you should ever reintroduce them into society. There's no way that they can be that their sins can ever be changed. The damage has been done, and they need to face the consequences for it. And I think there's too many people in law who think that these people can be, and I can't think of the word. What's the word, Edna? Bridge. You know, when they think that they can be fixed, or I can't think of the word.
Rehabilitated?
Yeah, rehabilitated. That was the word I was thinking of. You can't rehabilitate a monster. It's like, you know, if you've got a vicious dog, you think, like, you know, once he's gone to all the classes and everything, oh, he's going to be perfectly fine. No, he's not. He's always going to be a vicious dog. It's the same with certain human beings. You know, you can't really, in my mind, I don't think you can even categorize them as human beings. Some people, you know. So yeah, I think they should be thrown away, thrown into a room, and the key thrown away. That's my opinion. I don't believe in rehabilitation at all.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. Like when it comes, I can't imagine. So yeah, go ahead.
The thing is, you keep saying you can't imagine. I can't imagine. I can't imagine what goes through the mind of these people, these evil people. I can't imagine it either. But there's a certain, you know, it's like a switch inside me that just clicks on. And, you know, with all the sirens and everything saying, you know, he's just a bloody monster. Why would you try and understand it? You don't need to understand it. You know, it's just
well, because
evil.
because we don't know who is or isn't necessarily. You know what I mean? Like there's, you know, like this guy's in her chat. She's friends with him, and then she find, you know, that's what I'm saying. Where you never know who you're talking to sometimes, or not. You never know, but you know, you can unexpectedly, you know, be talking to somebody.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what I said a little while ago. The thing is, if you do find that person in your chat, the last thing you're going to do is make excuses for them. And, you know, any normal person would react in a normal way, which is to be, you know, a way of abhorrence, you know, this, ugh. But just by seeing her continuing to eat her food like some sort of gannet, just proves that she doesn't have that. She doesn't have that in her personality. It doesn't bother her. It didn't bother her. It's like when, you know, he showed that video of her, I think it was in the first one, of her with that awful wig on, and she's talking about deaths of children, wasn't it? And she's just stuffing her face with cheese. I mean, it's psychotic behavior. It really is.
It's wild. Yeah.
You could, you know, you can't even begin to understand it, but you should know that it's wrong. You know, you should be able to recognize when somebody is unsavable, and, you know, no amount of time in prison is going to change them. You know? Anyway.
And we're not done there.
Friday Joe told me that once. He's like, I want to use a cucumber on you. Now that creeps me the hell out.
Now it creeps her the hell out? Did it not creep her the hell out at the time? I mean, oh my God.
If she was actually just learning the information at the time, I think maybe she was just done and wasn't processing it.
She just doesn't get it. She already knew at that point he was a monster, and then she's on camera laughing away about it, laughing away about he wanted to use a cucumber. Ha ha ha. Again, if it was somebody who I could tell, if I knew had genuine human emotions, and they're joking about something bad, joking about a bad thing isn't bad. But with her, it just makes me even now as I'm saying it, I can feel how uncomfortable I am. I'm going to be completely honest.
Yeah, and I feel exactly the same way. And you know, when you feel like that, it is difficult to, to put it into words. Sometimes it's just a feeling, that comes over you, one of disgust, really. And yeah, I feel exactly the same.
To be honest, I'm fed up of dealing with these overweight lol cows who act horrendously and then think anybody who says I wasn't okay with that thinks that anybody who has a problem with it is just a blind hater. Fine, I'm a hater. I was just a normal guy making silly videos about lol cows in his mum's basement, and now I'm an official foodie beauty hater. I'll have to get some merch made, get some t-shirts made up. Obviously, you're not going to be a fan of me, foodie. Good. I don't want anybody who has sympathy for. It wasn't just Joe, was it? You said people like that. I don't want anybody who has sympathy for monsters like that to be a fan of me. So that's including you, your fans. I don't want your fans to be fans of me. I'd be concerned if there were. How can anyone defend her again? It doesn't make sense unless you think how she does, because I just don't understand how anybody at this point can ever defend her again. I can only assume you're okay with the stuff she's done, because anybody with a normal thinking brain would feel like I'm feeling, wouldn't they? Is it me? I feel like I'm going mad.
I'm going to stop there because I'm feeling I'm getting triggered and I don't want to get triggered. So yeah, I totally 100% feel the same way that he feels. I think there is no excusing that, and it's difficult for me because I know. Anyway, no, I don't want to say things that I'm going to regret afterwards, but yeah, I feel the same. Have you girls got anything else to say? It looks like your doggies are ready to go out.
Yeah, I'm like, Oreo, leave me alone. She just jumped in the chair with me.
Like, Mom,
We need that comic relief.
He's like, Mum, will you get me out now, please?
Right. I opened the patio door. I was like, go outside on the patio. She's like, no, I want to go for a walk. Let's go.
All right. Well, I want to say thanks so much, girls, for joining me again. It's been another great Drama Friday. And it was nice to sort of start off with something else without it all having to be about that. So I hope you
that was
enjoyed.
really good. Thanks, Jan.
Good. I'm glad. Well, happy Easter to the both of you. And also to people in the chat and to people who are viewing the video afterwards. Have a wonderful Easter. Don't eat too many chocolate eggs. Thank you so much for coming in. Thanks to the chatters. It's always lovely to hear your thoughts as well. Just take care of yourselves out there. And thank you so much for coming. And I'll see you in the next one. I'll try and remember to play the outro.
Yeah, you just like left last time.
I don't know what happened. It was just
Yeah, and
gone.
you gotta say it's a rhino world out there. Take care of each other, Jen. That's your thing.
It is. It's not an old world. But yeah, but seriously, you take care of yourselves and we'll see you all again next week. Bye bye for now.